Good afternoon, everyone. This is Victor from NewStars Migration Canberra. It's been a while. I have been doing any analysis on Canberra metrics on our Facebook page, and we're supposed to carry one I think last Friday, but due to some technical issues, it didn't went well. So I was making these videos and to explain the Canberra metrics invitations. Till this moment, Canberra has done 3 invitation rounds, as we all realize. The first one occurred on 14th July, and the second one was on 15th of September. And a very recent one happened in 13th of October. So we're going to go through these 3 different invitation rounds, talk about the figures, talk about the patterns, invitation patterns, and a little about the foreseen about the future applications and invitations. First of all, the very recent invitation round on the 12th of October, and we all realize there's only 491 invitation, no 190 invitation. So there are 168 invitation only for 491. And a lot of people are asking what happens. Will the government stop inviting 190? Is because they run out of 190 locations. There are a lot of concerns, a lot of doubts, and the feedback we're getting from ACT is that because they have used more 190 places than 491, so they have to stop the pause 190 invitation in order to do certain kind of suggestion. As is also shown on the ACT website, till 13th October, there have been 376 approvals for 190, and there's only 290 approvals for 491. So 190 has been used a bit more than 491. So what they're doing for this invitation round is just to try to bring down the numbers, try to balance the numbers of 491 190. So don't worry, there will be 190 invitation in the future. That's first thing to be clear. And this invitation round, we also see something quite interesting. That is the invitation numbers between the onshore applicants and the offshore applicants. They issue 49 invitation to onshore critical list, and for offshore it's 85. And plus there's a few for small business stream and the employer sponsor stream. So this invitation round, the 12th October invitation round, we start to see pretty much 1-to-1, so ratio 1-to-1 invitation between 491 and the onshore and the offshore applicants. So this is something we're starting to see, and then the government also say they will pay more attention and give more invitation to onshore applicants. Comparing to that, and this is not a big invitation round, to be frank, and comparing to the last invitation round, which happens on the 15th of September, at that invitation round we see more invitation given to offshores than offshore. Last invitation round there's 104 invitation, including 190 and 491 to onshore applicant, and there's 73 invitation given to offshore. So there are more invitation to offshore than to onshore. But this invitation round, it's pretty much the same. And we're assuming this is something we're expecting. Onshore applicants at least will enjoy the same number of invitation number as the offshore applicants, probably more invitation number than offshore applicants in the future. This is just caused by the very limited number this year for the allocation. Government have to realize there are a lot of demands for onshore applicants, for onshore graduates. So this is something I think what they're doing for responding for the request. That's also interesting to be noticed. And of course we have to talk about the first invitation round, which happened before ACT governments understand their allocation number on July, and that was massive. Overall, 822 invitation was issued in that invitation round. Till this moment, including the first invitation, 822 invitation, second invitation is 285, and the October invitation round is 168. So altogether, that's 1,275 invitation has been given to the potential applicants, and that resulting in 666 approvals what does that mean? So ACT issue 1,275 invitation, and till 30th October, 660 people get actual approved, actual state nomination. And if we do a calculation, the ratio is about 2. So two invitation resulting in 1 nomination approval. So let's just give you a bit of understanding about how the ACT metrics works. If we were using the same ratio to do a bit of prediction, ACT still have over 500 places, 534 nomination places available. And if you still do the ratio 2, that means they have over 1,000 places for invitation. And that's why ACT government is saying they have 67 nomination per month, but then they will have to go for 120, 130, probably 140 invitation every month in order to achieve 67 nomination every month. And then considering this probably Christmas holiday and at the end of the financial year, usually ACT do not continue invitation, so it does not go for 10 months. There's probably 9 months left. So in the following invitation rounds, every month, that's what I'm saying, they are doing monthly invitation now. So every month we're expecting somewhere between 120 probably to 150 invitations in the following months till the very end of this financial year. This is exactly what we're seeing in this invitation round. October 1, they issue 168, but they only giving to 491. But in the following invitations, we're probably going to see 150, 160 invitations to both 491 and 190 in the following rounds. That's something we can to see. And also we did another calculation between 491 and 190 invitation. So we calculate the first 3 invitation round. There are 560 invitation goes to 190, and that resulting in 376 approval. So the ratio is 1.5. So 1.5 invitation result in 1 nomination in 190. So the acceptance rate, so it's pretty high. And comparing to that, there have been 714 invitations given to 491 applicants, resulting in 290 nominations. The ratio is 2.4. So 2.4 invitation resulting in 1 nomination. So we're starting to see this has been the situation in ACT for years actually. People tend to accept 190 more than 491. Of course, every people want to have 190. So you'll be seeing some people who already received 491 invitation and they still hesitate to take the 491 invitation. They just want to see if they have a better chance for 190, so they tend to reject or not going further with the application. But on the other hand, if you're receiving 190 invitation, you definitely want to go for that nomination application. So now this year is pretty much the same, 1.5 versus 2.4. So people tend to accept 491 better than 190. Let also give you a bit of idea in terms of choosing between 491 and 190. We keep on telling all those potential applicants, this year is a tough year. It's probably one of the toughest years I ever seen in the past 5 or 6 years. So if you got a chance to have 491 and your points is not very high, not very competitive, and you don't see any increasing in the future, to be realistic, accept 491, because in the meantime you see there are more invitation has been wasted by the potential applicants. Out of 900, more than 900 applicants, only 290 people accepted, and the rest are going back to the pool, to the nomination and location. So you should grab them. You should use those places, and then we also see point differences as well across most of occupations. There's still 20-30 point differences between 491 and 190. So if you got 491 chance, please consider 491 in order to just to waste them. So this is something we can see in the Power 3 invitation round. This year has been very interesting. Very interesting invitation patterns we've seen. First invitation round, massive one, because government did not expecting such a low number of allocation. Second one, it's a moderate one, and the very recent one, they only issue 491. So these 3 invitation does not reflect the normal patterns of Canberra metrics, at least if we compare it to the past couple of years. But we still had to get used to it. We still had to plan according to the current system. And then a lot of people were asking, is there any better chance in other states? The answer is simply, not very obvious. Currently, I think there are only a few states starting to issue invitation round. There has been invitation round in Victoria. Victoria government actually did two invitation round in this month. I think New South Wales also did an invitation last week, and Western Australia has been doing two invitation rounds, and probably some of the states has not even started. Well, Queensland did a bit as well, but Southern Australia hasn't started. Northern Territory hasn't started. So some of the state governments even hasn't started their official invitation. So this is the situation now. It's been pretty tough across different states. Unless you see some very attractive points, I would still suggest in other states rather than ACT. My suggestion is still to stay in ACT, get better points. We still see even in this October invitation round, we still see some occupations, 491 invitation, some occupations still getting about 70, 75. So it's not necessarily saying it's very desperate. But then if your occupations are accounting, IT, engineers, there was no better way, just have to increase your points. But then the longer you stay, probably the better chance you have. And then always remind you, because nowadays a lot of people having a long visa, very long term of visa. They have 4 years, 5 years, they go for extension of 4A5. So do not rush to make a decision, not necessary. If you still got visa on your hand, because next financial year it's coming very soon, right? July is only 7-8 months to go, and probably we'll be seeing a very different pictures of the allocation, and the points will drop, I think so. And that's pretty much about the current invitations. And as to individual, for example, if your inquiries about your occupation with the points going up or down, we're happy to talk to you, happy to discuss you, but then there was no prediction basing on the current situation. It's just very tight numbers. I think even the government's been very careful about the numbers they're going to use every month. But then there's something very good about ACT government. They still intend to do the monthly invitation across the year. They not plan to do 3 massive invitation and shut down the program for the rest of the financial year. They still want to do monthly invitation as much as they can across the whole financial year. So at least you will see something going on every month, and you can always prepare yourself according to the invitation points. Okay, so that's something about the normal stream. As in the meantime, they are also inquired about small business stream. We still see invitation. It's not many. We've never been many invitation for small business even before. So we still see that happening pretty much every invitation round. So it's still stable, but then the points is also a bit higher than last financial year. For example, this year for small business owner, 491 stream, you're probably expecting points about 80 points. For 190, you're probably looking about 95 points. So it's much higher than last financial year. But again, it is still lower than the majority of occupations under the normal critical stream. So it's still a good pathway if you're running a business that they still provide you certain kind of point benefits under the design of the metrics. Okay, so yeah, just a bit to share with you about the first 3 invitation round. You can also do the similar calculation basing on the government figure. You probably will help you better understand how the system works and what is the acceptance rate, because we keep on talking about Canberra metrics. It's all about how many people apply, how many people get invited, and how many people accept the invitation. And these numbers change all the time. And due to the very tight situation of the allocation number, it's going to be very tough in the following months. So I think it's wise for you to get whatever you have. If you ever get invited on 491 and you don't have a long visa to make other choices in the future, and do take 491 invitation, and do not waste them. And this is also a very special year. Do not submit multiple metrics. Okay, do not waste the chance for other people. Unlike last year, we have many places available. This year, it's every nomination places matters. Okay, so yep, that's all for listening, and hope to share with you with more information probably after a month or two when we have more invitation round coming. Thank you.